Let me say something uncomfortable. Most people don't need another healing year. They don't need another soft reset, another vision board, another promise to do better. What they need is a rebuild. Because healing made you aware, but rebuilding is what makes you dangerous again. And if 2025 humbled you emotionally, if relationships drained you, if you loved deeply and lost yourself quietly, then 2026 is not about becoming nicer, it's about becoming solid. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to rebuild yourself in 2026 emotionally, relationally, and internally. Not theory, not emotional noise or motivational noise, but real life rebuilding. Now, let's get into it. So we're going to be dividing this into parts. The first part is stop trying to go back to who you were. The biggest mistake people make when rebuilding is trying to return to an older version of themselves. I just want to be who I was before that relationship. I miss the old me. I used to be so confident. But listen carefully. The version of you before the pain is not strong enough for the life you want next. That version didn't have boundaries. That version tolerated confusion. That version stayed too long because love felt like effort. So 2026 is not about restoration, it's about reconstruction. Think of it like a house that collapsed during a storm. You don't rebuild it to the same weak foundation. You redesign it to survive worse weather. Now, I'll give you an example. You used to reply fast to texts that came late. You used to over-explain when someone pulled away. You used to accept, I am not ready, and wait. That version of you was kind, but not protected. Rebuilding means you don't rush access anymore. You don't audition for affection. You don't confuse chemistry with consistency. And that alone changes everything. So the second part of this is rebuild your self-respect before you rebuild attraction. Now, here's the truth nobody likes to hear. You don't attract better partners by becoming more attractive. No, but you attract better partners by becoming less available to nonsense. Most people say they want love, but what they really want is validation. To be chosen, to be desired, to feel worthy again. So they rebuild their looks, they rebuild their body, they rebuild their social life, but they never rebuild their self-respect. And self-respect is not loud. It is quiet. It's what you do when nobody is watching. It's living conversations that drain you, saying, I am not comfortable with that, without guilt. Not explaining your standards like they are up for debate. Now, let me give you another example. Someone says, I like you, but I don't want anything serious right now. The old you will be okay. Let's just see where it goes. That's the old you. Now, the rebuilt you will be like, I am looking for something intentional. If that's not where you are right now, I wish you well. No drama, no begging, no resentment. That is self-respect. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing connection starts chasing clarity. Now, the third part to this is stop bonding through struggle. This one is very deep. So stay with me. Many people don't fall in love with people. They fall in love with potential plus shared struggle. They bond through confusion, inconsistency, emotional ups and downs, and they mistake intensity for intimacy. But rebuilding in 2026 means this. You no longer connect through chaos. You connect through peace. You stop romanticizing hot and cold behavior, emotional unavailability. We are both healing. We are both healing relationships. That's not what you do anymore. Because two unhealed people don't heal together. They bleed together. An example is you meet someone who texts inconsistently but says the right things. That's chemistry. Late night calls, emotional depth. Old you will be like, this feels real. But the rebuilt you will be like, this feels familiar. And that's the problem. Now, in 2026, familiarity is not your compass. Alignment is. Consistency becomes attractive. Calm becomes sexy. Effort becomes non-negotiable. Now, the fourth part to this is rebuild your identity, not just your dating life. Now, here's what most people miss. When relationships break you, you don't just damage your heart, you blur your identity. You forget what you enjoy, what you tolerate, what your pace actually is. So, rebuilding is not about finding love again, it's about finding yourself without an audience. Now, ask yourself, who am I when nobody is choosing me? Who am I? Who am I when I am not being validated? Who am I when I'm not trying to impress? Because the strongest version of you is not the most liked one, it's the most anchored one. Let's say you no longer shape your opinions to be agreeable. You don't rush availability to prove interest. You let silence do the work. And something interesting happens. People start leaning in, not because you changed your personality, but because you stopped leaking your power. Now, the fifth part to this video is, I'll give you the 2026 rule. Move slower. Choose faster. This is the rebuild rule I want you to remember. Move slower emotionally. Choose faster logically. In the past, you attached fast and decided late. But in 2026, you observe longer and decide earlier. You don't need 6 months to know someone lacks effort. You don't need emotional investment to notice red flags. You don't need closure from people who never gave clarity. Rebuilding means you trust patterns more than promises. You trust behavior more than words. You trust yourself again. Now, let me leave you with this. Rebuilding yourself doesn't make you cold. It makes you clear. It doesn't make you unlovable. It makes you unavailable to what drains you. And the right people don't fear that version of you. They feel safe with it. So don't rush 2026. Don't romanticize the past. Don't beg life to be easier. Rebuild so you are stronger, because the next chapter of your life won't respond to who you were. It will respond to who you are, like who you became. Now, I want you to give this video a thumbs up, share this video so more people will watch, and then subscribe if you have not done so. But if you have subscribed, it's a big thumbs up to you. See you in the next one.